When you want to prime your eyelids and realize you have glue all over your fingertips. Mom life. Hi everyone and welcome back to Linda Libra Loca. Today I wanted to talk about an eyeshadow palette, the Modern Renaissance palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills that I recently got my hands on, and I'm going to show you 3 different looks. One everyday look, one a little more bold but something that I would still wear, and then a little more Instagram inspired makeup. And oh, stay tuned until the end because I have a bonus look linked there in all red and glittery. But first, a few thoughts. I'm usually not a big fan of palettes because I feel like there's always a shade that I don't use. And I thought it would be the same with this selection. I didn't buy it, I won it in a giveaway. But I actually find most of the shades to be pretty wearable, which may surprise you because, oops, sorry, I'm blending you, because there's this pink and this red. But I have been finding ways to incorporate these into my everyday looks. And of course, if you want to go all out, do a very intense dark fall makeup, these shades are beautiful. Quality wise, I find that they have a lot of kickback when you go in with your brush. They are really soft, but they usually don't have a lot of fallout, the only exception being Cypress Umber, which is sadly also the darkest shade. There are mattes and shimmers. The shimmers are very sophisticated, finely shimmers. The mattes are easy to work with, and I find these blend easily on the lids. So no complaints there. The one downside that I do find is that I find they need a good primer to really stay vibrant for the whole 8 to 10 hours that I usually wear my eyeshadow, because if I wear them without a primer, I find them fading at around 6 hours, which is something that I don't experience with other eyeshadows. There's a brush coming with this palette. It's a dual-ended brush, which I'm probably not the biggest fan of because I never know how to store them and I just don't want them lying around. And there's a fluffy brush, which is dense enough to really work great with blending. And then there's a pointed shader brush, which is totally dirty, I'm sorry. I like the quality. I can't really say if they wash too well. I just washed them once or twice, and yeah, but they're soft, they work, and it's not that big, so it's great for traveling. And without further ado, let's go into the tutorials. When I first looked at this palette with all the pinks and sparkles, I figured, will I be able to use it in daily life? So I'm going to show you a quick look that I wear to the office almost every day, and that is actually quite plain. I'm going to start by applying Bon Fresco all over my mobile lid. And this is a lovely dusty rose color. In fact, I think it has a similar tone to the outside of the packaging, which is a touch that I really like. And this just goes all over the mobile lid. It's a matte, has a lot of kickback when you go into the pan, but no fallout. Then using the brush that came with the palette, I'm going to go in with the Raw Sienna, which has a hint of red and yeah, just add some warmth. I'm going to go into the crease. I like it because it has a more autumnal vibe, and with a clean brush, just give everything a nice blend, and then finish off with some black liner and mascara. And I'm going to pair all these looks with a neutral lipstick. This one is from the Guerlain Matte. Guerlain Kiss Kiss Matte lipsticks in the color Crazy Nude, and it's just a rosewood shade. This is totally a look that I would wear to the office, but of course you could pair it with a more vibrant lip because the eyes, I think, are warm but fairly neutral. For this look, I really wanted to go all in, but not on the completely red or pinkish side, but yeah, use the browns in the palette to just play a little. And to create a softer transition, I'm going to start with Burnt Orange. Just applying that to a fluffy brush and above my crease as an outline. And to make blending the transition a lot easier. Then I'm sticking with the same brush because I find that makes blending easier and I don't have to wash as many, using Real Gar, and applying that to the crease. This has a lot more red than Burnt Orange, but when you blend them into each other, you don't really see that. Then I'm switching to a flat shaded brush and the color Cypress Umber, and apply that, pat that all over the mobile lid. And this is just a plain brown, a matte brown. And I focus the main color on my mobile lid, and then with whatever's left on the brush, I'm going to go up and blend that, shade that into my two crease colors so the transition isn't too harsh. Please note that I leave the inner corner, the tear duct area, free of product because I find that these colors, these dark eyes, need a pop of highlight there to not look too tired. Switching to a clean brush now, I'm going over the edges here just to try and blend everything together. Now for the pop of highlight I was talking about, I'm going in with Vermeer and just apply a tiny bit underneath my brow bone just to lighten this up. That was too much. I know this is very 80s, but hey, I grew up in the 80s. I love this time. And then apply that as a highlight to the tear duct area. For a more sultry look, I'm using a smudger brush and Cypress Umber and just apply that to the lower lash line. Cypress Umber is the one color, as you can see here, that creates a little bit of fallout. I often get asked why I don't apply eyeshadow to my lower lash line more often, or liner to my lower lash line, but I find that this can be quite tiring, and I look tired 24/7 with two little kids, so I try not to emphasize that. Black liner, mascara, and I'll be right back. And yeah, that's totally a look that I would wear on a day-to-day basis. Of course, it's pretty dark, pretty vampy, but yeah, it's fall, we can get away with that. For the third look, I wanted to try some Instagram makeup, and so I'm planning on doing a cut crease, something that I have never really done before. But yes, I'm going to start with Cypress Umber, which is the darkest brown, and put that on the other part of my eye. And you could totally use the tape trick here, but I don't have tape on me. And I'm really carefully mapping out where the cut is supposed to go. Then to really make that stand out, I'm using the trick that I learned from YouTube. I'm taking some concealer and apply that one, a really light concealer, on my eyelids like this, just like a white eyeshadow base. And the good thing when working with concealers like this, they usually have a tip that you have a lot of control with. Of course, don't forget to clean it before you use it under your eyes, otherwise you'll end up with brown smears. Now that this has dried down a little, I'm going in with Antique Bronze for just a little transition and some shimmer, because Cypress Umber is completely matte, just where concealer and the Cypress Umber color meet. And then I'm taking the same Antique Bronze in the inner part, just really on the innermost part to give a little more dimension to this look, and blend that in with the cut from Cypress Umber, because I don't want to take the really dark shade all the way in, because that would make me look really tired. Then on a fluffy brush, I'm using Vermeer, which is a light and sparkly shade, just dusted on top for even more dimension, and because I don't want, I'm not sure if the concealer is going to crease if I don't set it. And then a little bit of Tempera, which is the lightest matte shade, and blend the edges like liner. And of course mascara. I think that this look would benefit from false lashes, but I have yet to purchase lash glue, so no falsies this time. And there you go. This is the third look in my series. If you want a little something more red and dramatic, I'm going to link a video up here of another look I did with using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Please do subscribe, like, whatever it takes to keep you coming back. And yeah, I'm going to see you all very soon with another video. Bye. And then with what